Namaste everyone. Welcome to the day 3 of our COVID program. We'll start the session with the calming down ourselves. Sit straight in any comfortable position, Vajrasan, Ardha Padmasan, Padmasan, or just simple Sukhasan. Adopt Chin Mudra, thumb and index touching each other, palms facing upwards. I am sitting in Vajrasan in this. Bring your mental awareness to your breathing. Let go of all the various thoughts in your mind. We'll start with 3 times Omkara. Deep inhale. Deep inhale. Deep inhale. Bring your hands into Namaskara Sthiti. We'll go for opening prayer all together. Read after me. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Rub your palms, make it warm, keep the warm portion over your eyes and slowly open your eyes. Now we'll go for some of the loosening practices in standing position. Now please stand up. Keep your legs hip width apart, hands on your waist. We'll start with neck rotation. Bend forward, bring your chin to your throat. Now inhaling, start rotating from the right side. Raise your head up, all the way up, completely bend back. And then go all the way down as you exhale towards the left and go completely down. As much as you can, big circle. Continue. Inhaling up, exhaling down. 3, 4, and 5. Opposite. Try to feel the stretch at your neck, all the muscles that are involved in doing this practice. As you inhale, stretch up. As you exhale, go down. 5 rounds of anti-clockwise movement. 4 and 5. Ensure that you're not raising your shoulder while doing this practice. Next, spinal twisting. Raise your hands up to shoulder level. Fingers bring in contact in the front of your shoulders. Now exhaling, completely twist, look back as much as you can. Inhaling, come to center. Exhaling, bend to the other, twist to the other side. Exhaling, come to center. Continue. We'll do for 5 times each side. Make sure your feet is not moving. All your toes are well grounded. Your knees are not getting bent. And look at your fingertips. Rotate your neck. Rotate from your lower back, upper back and neck as much as you can. Ensure your shoulders, elbow are all in one line. 5 times each side. Make sure you are breathing properly. Exhale as you twist. It will improve your twist. Inhale as you return. Last round. Exhale out. Inhale center. Exhale out. Inhale center. And relax. Next, hip rotation. Place your hands at your waist. We'll go for hip movement without bending the knees. Make as wide circle as you can clockwise for 5 rounds. Do not raise your toes. 4 and 5. Opposite. 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Next we'll go for knee rotation. Bring both the legs together. Now hands over your knees. Next we'll go for big circle as wide as possible at the knees for 5 times. Make sure toes are touching, heels are touching. Keep your back straight. You're bending forward but your back is straight. You're leaning forward. You're looking forward and making a big circle. Try not to hunch your back. Anti-clockwise. Three, 2 and 1. Next we'll go for ankle rotation. Hands on your waist. Stretch your right leg forward and make big wide circle at your ankle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Opposite. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Left leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Opposite. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Relax. Next, keeping your feet hip width apart, keeping your hands by the side of your thighs. Now we'll go for arm rotation. Now raise your arms both together around and by the side of your body. Raising all the way up, going all the way back and going down and raising up in the front. Inhaling up, exhaling down. As you inhale, stretch, hands up. As you exhale, down. Continue for 5 times. Feel all the stretches. Loosen your shoulder joints. Give movement to your arms. Last one. And reverse. 5. Try to make sure that you're not bending your elbows. 4. Keep your bicep as close as you can to your ears. Try to touch your ears if possible. Last one. 5. And release. Relax. Next, we lie down on the floor we'll do some lumbar practices. Lie down in Shavasana. Sit down and then comfortably lie down. Legs apart, hands apart, eyes closed. Let your body loose. Observe normal breathing. The first practice that we are going to do is the lumbar stretch practice. It's just to give a twist at the lower back to loosen your spine. Follow the practice. Keep both the arms at the shoulder level to the side. Both the arms at the shoulder level to the side. Bring both the legs together and both the legs completely fold. Bring your heels close to your buttocks. As much as you can fold your legs and make sure your feet is together all throughout the practice and you're not raising your feet up. Now, exhaling, you're going to place your knee down on your right side and neck you're going to twist to the left side. Observe that both the knees are together and in this position your feet on the sides has come up but it is still in the same place. Inhale, come to the center. Your feet returns to the same initial position. Exhale out. Place both the knees to your right side, to the left side, neck opposite side, that is your right side. Inhale, back, center. Exhale, twist to the other side. Inhale, up, come to the center. Exhale, out. While doing this practice, be attentive towards the twist in the lower back. Ensure that your shoulder is not raising up. Your shoulder is fully placed on the floor. Your arms are not raising up. And you're trying to touch your ear to the floor by giving maximum rotation in the neck. Make sure your knees are together, and if you're not able to touch the floor, it is totally fine. Do not force yourself. Do up to your comfort level. This is a very good practice to give rotation to the entire spine. We'll do for 5 times. So we go for the last round. Inhale, center. Exhale, out. Inhale, center. Exhale, out. Inhale, center. And release. Straighten your legs forward. Raise your hands above your head. And now we'll go for next practice called Pavana Muktasana, wind releasing posture. Now raise your right leg up and then fold your right leg. Bring your knee to your chest. As much as you can, fold your knee to your chest. Now bring both the hands and interlock your hands at the calf muscle just below your knees. Now try to pull the knee close to your chest. If you are comfortable, raise your head up. Try to touch your chin to your knees. This is optional. If you're feeling tired, if you're feeling weak, don't force. But ensure that you're pressing your abdomen with your thighs. Keep breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release your head down first and stretch your leg up and release your leg forward. We'll show you one more variation for the ones who have knee pain. Don't fold the leg at the calf muscle. For what you can interlock the fingers at the thighs. Left leg fold. Now interlock your fingers below your left thigh. Like this. You can see that there is no much compression at the knees and the knee pain would not increase by doing this variation. Try to press your abdomen but do not fold your knees much. This is another way to do this practice, especially for senior citizens or people who are having knee issues. Now raise your head up and try to touch your chin to the knees. For ones who have no issues, do the previous variation where you are interlocking at the calf muscle. Try to touch your knees and maintain. Keep breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release your head down and release the leg forward. Legs apart, hands apart, eyes closed. Now we'll go for a little challenging practice by doing the same practice with both the legs. Now raise both the legs or directly fold the legs and bring the knees close to your chest. Completely fold the legs and interlock your fingers and press your abdomen in, raise your head up and maintain. Make sure you're breathing nicely. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Hold for about 10 seconds. Now release your head down and release your leg forward. For ones who are having knee issues, again you can interlock below your both the thighs. We'll show that also. Fold both the legs and try to interlock below your both the thighs and press your abdomen and raise your head up and try to maintain in this order. You don't need to press your knee onto your buttocks or thighs. Keep your knees loose, but press your thighs nicely on your abdomen. Feel the compression in your abdomen. Let any foul air or waste gas be eliminated. And slowly release your head down and release your leg forward. Relax in Shavasana. Legs apart, hands apart, eyes closed. Observe on your breath. Few seconds. Just keep breathing. Observe few rounds of natural breath. Now we'll go for next practices, which are going to be sitting position practices. Now bring both the legs together from Shavasana, both the hands by the side of your thighs. Raise your right hand up and place it on the floor by the side of your ear. Now fold your left leg at the knees. Place your left hand on your abdomen. Turn your body to your right side. Keep your head on the bicep. Straighten both the legs. Place it one above the other. Keep your left hand on your left thigh. And now slowly, taking your time, come to sitting position. Never to rush from lying down to direct sitting. Try to get up always from the left side or the right side. We recommend waking up from the right side. Now sit in comfortable position with the legs stretched forward. We'll sit in Dandasana, both the legs together, both the hands by the side of your thighs. Keep your back as straight as you can, but do not put weight on your hand. Elbows are slightly bent, knees pointing, toes pointing upwards. Your back is straight, neck is straight. Now we'll practice an asana called Paschimottanasana. Raise your hands all the way up as high as you can. Lengthen your spine. And exhale, completely bend forward from the lower back. Ensure that you're bending from the lower back. You're not arching your spine. Try to reach to your toes. Try to hold the toes, looking forward. Lengthen the spine towards your toes. And now once you're comfortable, if you're comfortable, try to bend elbow and try to place the elbow on the floor. Pressing onto your abdomen, against the thigh, your chest against the thigh, and finally trying to reach your forehead to the knees. Maintain the posture with normal breathing. If you're finding this posture difficult, we'll just show you another variation. Now slowly inhale, come up. Raise your hand. Now you have to raise your knees slightly. Okay. And if you're finding difficult to hold your toes, you can as well hold your ankles. Okay. Whatever that is possible. Ankle, your calf muscle, wherever possible. Slightly bending your knees. Now try to reach your knee. This is an easy way and a beginner's way to do Paschimottanasana. With this, you are going to stretch your spine nicely. The health of your spine can be improved. As you practice, slowly try to slide your heels forward. Slowly, inch by inch, slide your heels forward like how I am showing, and eventually you will be able to do the full posture. Now, slowly inhale, raise both the hands up. Lengthen your spine completely. Try to reach the ceiling. Lengthen the spine, lengthen the arms, and then exhale and release that stretch. Release your hands from the side, place it back on the floor. Now, legs apart, hands at the back. Come to relaxed posture called Shitila Dandasana. Your fingers are pointing back. You are resting comfortably with your legs apart. Next, we'll go for Ardha Ustrasana. Both the legs together. Place your right heel below your right buttock. Fold your left leg and place your left leg below your left buttock. Come into Vajrasana. For the ones who have issues with the knees or ankle, don't do this. Vajrasana, you can take support of your hand and you can directly stand on your knees. Stand on your knees. You can give slightly gap between your legs as a beginner. As an advanced practitioner, you can keep your legs together as well. Now bring both the hands by the side of your lower back, thumb inside, rest of the fingers covering or facing forward. Elbow close to each other, opening your chest and shoulder region back. Now we are going to inhale and push your hip forward and chest all the way back. As much as you can arch your chest, the lower back, upper back region. Observe the stretch of the thighs. Observe the stretch of the abdomen, lower back, your chest. All the muscles are getting well stimulated. Observe. Make sure your thighs is at 90 degrees to the floor. Slowly straighten your back and completely straighten your back, and now release your hands down and sit down. Relax for a while. If you are finding a lot of stretch, you want to relieve that stretch, you can as well do Shashankasana. Raise your hands up, bend forward, completely bend forward. Try to reach as forward as you can and place your head down. You can rest in this position. If you are not able to rest your head down, you can spread your knees apart and you can rest comfortably. This is a counter practice and you will feel more relaxed after Ustrasana doing this practice. Shashankasana. Now slowly come up. Next we'll go for Uttana Mandukasana. Now I'll show the front view. Look at how I'm sitting. My big toes are touching at the back. I'm going to spread my knees as wide as possible. Now, sitting on the heels, big toes being touching each other. Now I'll place my right hand at the left side of my upper back. And I'm going to take my left hand and place it at the right side of my upper back. I'm going to cross my hands at the back. Keeping the head upright, looking straight ahead. Observe breathing in this position. For once we have not followed, try to observe the back view. I'll just show you how to do back. Look at my toes. My big toes are just touching. I'm not keeping my leg one above the other. I'm sitting on my heels, sitting straight. Now placing my right hand on the left side and left hand on the right side of the upper back. Sit in this position. Just keep your palms simply, gently placed. Keep your elbows pointing up and observe the breathing. Your head should not bend forward. Okay, I hope you got the picture how to do it. Very good practice. Uttana Mandukasana. Observe few rounds of breathing. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Feel the stretches in the chest, sides of your chest, your shoulder. Observe the air filling up your lungs and moving out, completely emptying your lungs. Now slowly release your right hand, release your left hand, and relax. Next practice, we are going to do Simhasana, Simha breathing. We are going to roar like a lion. Similar to your Mandukasana, you are going to touch your big toes and spread your knees wide apart, and this time you are going to place your hand between your legs such that your fingers are pointing inwards or towards you and your wrist is touching each other. You are going to look forward. You are going to look slightly up. Both the eyes, you are going to gaze at the center point between your eyebrows. And now you are going to open your mouth and stretch your tongue as out as possible and completely down. Stretch your tongue completely down. You are going to inhale through the nose and roar like a lion. Maximum air should be pushed out from the mouth. Observe the sound. Try to roar like a lion. Do this for 5 to 10 rounds. Last round. Relax. Now bring both the knees together and sit comfortably in Vajrasana. The Simhasana or Simha breathing is very good to open all the functioning of your small air bubble like structure called alveoli in your lungs. They will open up so that you can exchange better and greater volume of air Very good to improve your breathing and respiratory power. If you are COVID positive or if you are just recently discharged, do not try this practice. It would be very intense for you, but it is a good practice for ones who are not affected and trying to keep up and build their strength, respiratory system. Observe the effects of the practices so far on your body, on your mind, on your breath. Be noticing every single change that is happening within. Next, we'll go for one more breathing exercise called Shashanka breathing. I'll show the side view. It is easy to follow. Keeping both the knees together, sitting in Vajrasana, hold your right hand wrist with your left hand at the back side. Make a fist of your right hand, hold your right hand wrist with your left hand. Make a fist of your right hand. Elbows straight, shoulders open, lengthen your spine, lengthen your arms and slightly inhale, bend back. First try to observe what I am doing and then follow. Exhale, all the way bend forward. When you're doing this, observe how my back is. Exhale, all the way bend forward with your spine being straight. You can notice I'm not hunching my back. Placing the chest and then the forehead on the floor. If you're finding difficulty in bending so much, you can keep your knees sufficiently apart. Okay, spread your knees comfortably apart and reach the head to the floor. Same practice, we'll show the easy variation. You just observe how to do. Exhale, bend forward. Place your forehead on the floor. And inhale. First raise your head up. Then raise your chest up. Then raise your abdomen up. And arch slightly back as you're inhaling. For ones who are having knee pain, you can avoid this practice. Release your hand. Relax. Especially arthritis, ankle injury, knee injury, avoid this practice, or any practice which involves you to fold your knees too much or ankle too much. Practices like Vajrasana and the practices you do from Vajrasana, such as Shashankasana. Now we'll do together. Hold your hand at the back, right hand make a fist, left hand hold your wrist. Elbow straight, inhale, arch back, exhale, bend forward. We'll do for about 7 times. This is a very good practice to distress your mind. Inhaling up, arch back, exhale, bend forward. Continue your practice for 7 rounds. When you're doing this practice, make sure that you're aware of the breathing. You're observing the heaviness in your head when you bend forward. That is due to the increased blood rush. And when you come up, you feel normal and relaxed. Observe the compression at your abdomen, chest, and the heaviness when you bend forward. Continuously go on exhaling, and as you're coming up, inhale, continuously inhaling. It is a breathing exercise, so give priority to synchronization of your breath with your movements. There is no sudden inhale, there is no sudden exhale, no sudden movements as well. Smooth, systematic rhythmic breathing. Exhaling down, bending forward, inhaling, coming up. Last round. Inhale, come up. Now in the same practice, we will do Makara chanting. Okay. Now inhaling, arch back. Exhaling, bend forward. Just follow my instructions. Do along, no problem. Place your head on the floor. Now that your head is on the floor, keep it there and inhale freshly on the floor. Deep inhale, full breath inhale, and then make humming sound throughout your exhalation. Deep inhale. Observe the intense vibration in your head region. Now, inhaling, raise your head up, raise your chest off the floor, of the thighs, and arch back. Like this, we'll do 2 more rounds. Exhale, bend forward. Lengthen the spine, no hunching. Place your chest and then finally your forehead on the floor. On the floor, deep inhale completely, and as you exhale, humming. Inhaling, raise your head up, raise your chest up, and come up. Last round. Be fully mindful of each and every vibration. Exhaling, going forward. This practice along with Makara is an excellent practice to distress your mind. Deep inhale. Inhale, come up. And exhale, straighten your body, relax your hands. And now release your legs forward and relax comfortably. In Shitila Dandasana, straighten your legs, spread your legs apart, hands facing back, and relax your head in any direction. Fingers pointing backwards. Shashankasana breathing not only helps distressing the mind, it will also improve your sleep quality. It will improve your attention span, concentration, reduces anxiety, as it improves the blood circulation and the pranic flow in the head region. Now we'll go for prone posture, that is lying on our abdomen side, and we'll learn to do one practice today on the abdomen side. Now lie down facing down, that is your chest and the abdomen facing down. You can keep one hand above the other hand and your chin on your hand. Spread your legs as wide as you can, that is about mat width apart, and toes pointing out, heels facing down, heels facing each other, and toes completely pointing out. This is Makarasana or crocodile posture. It is the Shavasana for the abdomen side, or the relaxation posture on the abdomen side. Just relax and let go of all the stretches, any strain, any soreness in any part of your body. Just observe and mentally observe that place and inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Next, bring both the legs together. Bring both the hands by the sides of your chest. We'll go for Bhujanga breathing. Look at where I am keeping my hand. It is at the sides of my chest, not below the shoulder. This is an easy way to do Bhujangasana. You can also say it as Sarala Bhujangasana. Now just you have to raise only up to your chest. You are not raising the entire upper body. Okay, only the chest comfortably without pressing your hand into the floor. Try to use the strength of your spine to raise as much as you can. Make sure you are not spreading your elbow as you inhale and move up. Like this, inhale, raise only your chest region up. Exhaling, you are going to go down. Also, try not to raise your feet or any parts of your legs. They remain still. Now we'll do together for 10 times. Inhaling up. Raise your chest as high as you can. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. And exhaling down. As you do this practice, mentally recognize which muscles you are engaging and try to limit it to the upper body. Try to reduce any effort put with your arms. Try to look at the ceiling when you raise up. Very, very good practice to improve your breathing abilities. It strengthens your lower back, strengthens your upper back, opens up your breathing system. Once you are having any kind of recent abdominal surgeries or hernia, avoid doing any practices on the prone side, that is your abdomen side. It's not advised to do or add pressure to your abdomen region. Also during menstruation, try to avoid all the postures. You should just do 2 to 3 days of complete rest, especially as a physical exercise point of view. Just rest is what we advise. Do for 10 times, feeling every breath. Again, this is a breathing exercise, so be mindful about your breath. It's not just about raising your back. It's about coordinating your breath with the movements of your upper back. Last round. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Now, you go for holding the same practice. Inhale, raise up. We'll try to hold for 10 seconds all together. Inhale up. Try not to put weight on your hand. If you're finding difficulty to hold for 10 seconds, do just for 5, whatever best you can. Just one round. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Exhale down. Again, relax in Makarasana. Place one hand below your other hand. Place your chin on top of it. Spread your legs wide and heels facing each other, toes pointing out. Let all the body parts completely loose and relaxed. Now, slowly bring your legs together. Bring your hands by the below your shoulder. raise your chest up, raise your hip up, come into Vajrasana or any comfortable seated posture. We'll go for pranayam. You can sit in Ardha Padmasana, Padmasana, Vajrasana. Now I'll show you how to sit in Ardha Padmasana. Keep your right foot on top of your left foot. This is your Ardha Padmasana. Okay. I'll also show you how to do full Padmasana. If you can, you try. Place the other leg also on top. If it is possible, very good. If not possible, Ardha Padmasana is also fine. If that is difficult, sit in simple Sukhasana. I will show you how to sit in Sukhasana, or what we are referring as Sukhasana, the simple cross-legged posture. Now I will also show you how to sit in Sukhasana, which is normal cross-legged. What we are referring to as Sukhasana is a comfortable cross-legged position, easiest position to sit. That is why it's called Sukha, happy posture. Okay, so sit in any comfortable posture. I will prefer to sit in Ardha Padmasana. Now we will go for pranayam, Kapalbhati pranayam. First Kapalbhati Kriya, preparatory practice. We'll do slow Kapalbhati, that is 1 stroke per second. Try to observe the speed. Just observe first time, just hear to the sound and try to repeat in the same manner. 1 stroke, 1 second gap. 1 stroke, 1 second gap. Like this, 30 strokes in 60 seconds. Only pressure from the abdomen, pushing all the air out through your nostril. Just observe the demo. Like this you need to do for 1 minute. Now we'll do together. Make sure you're not shrinking your face, your facial muscles are relaxed, and continue 1 stroke for every 2 seconds. We'll do 30 such strokes. Start. And relax. Observe, if you do proper Kapalbhati, you will feel openness in your chest region, in your throat, in your nostril, by the sides of your cheeks or your cheek region, your forehead, you feel more openness. Observe. Next, we will go for Ujjayi Pranayam, or ocean breathing, or a sound of a hissing snake you are trying to do. In this, you are going to gently contract your throat or the windpipe, and you are going to keep it contracted, and you are going to inhale through your nose and exhale through your nose. No shrinking of your nostril region. Observe what I am doing first and then try to practice. This is a little tricky, little challenging practice in terms of pranayam to get the right technique. Once you know the right technique, it's a very easy and nice soothing practice and soothing effect you can feel. Contracting your throat, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Try to make the sound like how I am doing. Observe, I am not shrinking my nose. My nostril is completely relaxed. The contraction is only at the throat and the sound is created on both the sides, inhalation as well as exhalation. Now try to do this for 9 times. Try to do little experimentation with your throat region. Without choking yourself, without ending up snoring, try to do a smooth sound, like the sound of the waves, like the sound of a hissing snake, or the sound of the wind. Bring entire mental effort, mental awareness on your throat as you inhale, as you exhale. If you are not getting the practice, do not worry. It takes some bit of practice and eventually you will be able to do this. Just keep trying. Inhaling, exhaling. If you do this practice correctly, you will observe calmness and coolness at the throat. Some amount of dryness also can be experienced. The mind becomes silent. Recognize we'll do this for 9 times. A few more rounds to go. Last round. Exhale, creating the sound, and relax. Observe the effects of the Ujjayi Pranayama, victorious pranayama. This is a very good pranayama to improve immunity or the resistance power. Next practice, we will go for cooling pranayama called Shitali pranayama. Observe what I am doing. I am going to open my mouth. I am going to stretch my tongue slightly out and I am going to touch the outer edges of the tongue and I am going to suck the air in through the tongue and exhale through the nose. As you inhale to the mouth. As you exhale to the nose. Now you can also continue. We'll do this for 9 times. Feel the cooling effect you are experiencing on the tongue and back of your throat. Deep and long inhale, deep and long exhale, slowly exhale. Relaxed manner exhale. Some people cannot do this practice. It is totally fine. Not everyone will be able to fold the tongue in this manner. It is not a defect. It is totally fine. We have other practices which you can do, if not Shitali. Today we will learn only Shitali practice. We will finish 9 rounds. 3 more rounds to go. Last round, exhale and relax. Now we will go for closing prayer. We are done for today's session. Now bring both the hands together in Namaskara Sthiti. Repeat after me. Closing prayer, Shanti Mantra. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha. Sarve Santu Niramayah. Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu. Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Rub your palms, make it warm and nice. Keep the warm portion of your eyes and slowly open your eyes. Thank you everyone.